Olympic athlete, there's a certain amount of God-given talent, I would say, that all these girls have. They are, they're stunning, amazing women with a lot of talent. But what really makes the difference for somebody who's going to be successful at the Olympics is the focus.
And you've got to be extremely disciplined and dedicated to what you're doing so that you can work 6 or 7 hours a day.
I've been involved in synchronized swimming for 14 years, competing at the international level for 8 years.
It's going to be my first time, and I've been working almost 14 years now for that.
Being team captain really is a role that involves a lot of leadership and perhaps being able to see what the team goal is as well as my own individual goals.
My role as a coach is it's so many different things with these girls. It's to give them everything that they need to have an amazing performance at the Olympic Games.
My role is really to come into the Center of Excellence periodically and just assess where the development of our Olympic team is.
I think that synchro is a sport that demands so much attention to detail that drives me. It's to really excel and improve one little thing at a time and to see the final product.
Jessica is just an absolutely stunning athlete. I've known her and coached her a little bit over the past 8 years. And she's just an example of what an athlete should be.
She understands, because she's been to the Olympic Games, she understands what it takes to be on the podium at the Olympics.
A typical training day will include probably 5 hours in the water, which will have some warm-up time, some swimming, and then there'll be time spent on the actual swimming of the routine. So a program that's 3 or 4 minutes long. And then the rest of the day will include some dry land training. So it's about an entire day, about 7 hours.
It's just a whole different life than any normal kid. And when you make the team, then it's a big sacrifice to move. You have to move and train all year long. Now we're training in Toronto, so I had to move from Montreal. It's been 2 years. I'm away from my home, my family, my city.
The athletes, a lot of them are living away from their home, so they've got living expenses and so on. Plus the team itself has to travel to a lot of international competitions and training camps to allow us to prepare for Athens, because Athens is an outdoor facility and it's difficult to find a facility outdoors in Canada in the winter months.
Well, the financial aspect is always tough for the girls in amateur sport.
Then of course there's coaching expenses and training expenses, so really we're looking at about a $250,000 to $500,000 budget for our Olympic year.
And where the funding comes from is largely from Sport Canada, largely from the Canadian Olympic Committee, and also from various different ventures that the girls undertake on their own and with help from other people.
There is a lot of pressure in a team sport to perform exceptionally, because your performance reflects on the team's performance, and we really are only as strong as our weakest link, so everybody strives to be excellent on the day of the competition.
Challenging? There's so many things. I would say the most challenging thing, I think for me, is to be away from everything I know, because I love my family, and being away from them is really, really hard for me.
I think it's challenging to keep the girls motivated over such a long time period, to provide them the variety that they need and to provide them some excitement in that day-to-day work, because it is tough. They are in here training 8 hours a day.
I think the challenge really of a coach of the Olympic Games is to try and ensure that the programs that are developed are up to world standard, and that's always a challenge because the world is improving so quickly, and it's trying to get a unique program that's Canadian in style, that brings out the Canadian strengths.
Our expectations are a medal on the podium.
We want to be in the medals.
Our expectations for Greece are that we will be on the podium. That's what we're really shooting for.
I think my Olympic medal will be the most rewarding.